everyone, and welcome to my first video of 2022. I can't believe we're in a new year. I usually do a roundup post on my blog about what I've learned, what I've done over the past year, but I feel like 2021 was such a blur. I mean, I feel like people say that every year, like, I don't know where the time went, but I really don't know what happened to 2021. It was here and then it wasn't. I did touch on a big portion of my year in November when I last posted on my blog. So instead of doing a long year roundup post, I figured I would look back at my list of New Year's resolutions that I made last year. Now, the reason why that was a big deal for me, at least, is because I never make New Year's resolutions. I was in a different place last year. I was about to move into my dad's house for the first time ever. I was single, and I was like, you know what? Like, let's challenge myself. Let's explore something I haven't done before. And I definitely did fulfill some goals. Other goals kind of went away, but that's okay. People change, our needs and wants and capabilities evolve throughout the year, and I think as long as you keep being real with yourself, that's what matters. As long as you keep learning, as long as you keep growing, as long as you keep enjoying life the best way you can, that's really all that matters. But I did do resolutions last year, so without further ado, let's look at my 2021 resolutions. And before I start discussing these, this is the first time I have looked at the sheet in a whole year. I have not really picked this up since I made my goals. This will basically be a completely candid reaction and explanation of where I'm at on these goals. Thanks for being here, and I'm sure this will be thrilling. Alright, so first up on my list for 2021 is reach 1.5 thousand followers on my thrift account and make all the money back. Now, this was probably the biggest change of my life in 2021. I started a thrifting business. I thrift clothes and then resell them. Some I keep for myself, but it's really fun for me. It's a huge thing right now. I love thrifting. I love buying clothes, but I can't thrift for myself. I mean, I don't have any more room in my house. So, you know, thrifting to sell to other people who might not find the piece that they buy from me where they live, I mean, it makes me happy to be able to do that. So I did reach this goal. I actually got to 1,800 followers on my thrift account, but this is the thing. They say make reels. They go far on Instagram. New people will view your page, but as soon as I started posting reels, I started losing followers, so I'm like not exactly sure what to do with that right now. But I do have a thrift page. I continuously post on it, and I did make all the money back. I mean, I spent several $100s thrifting last year, and it's pretty crazy to even think about that, but I did make the money back, so I did not put myself in a huge hole of thrifting debt. So that's really important. I think my dad was probably most concerned about it because every time I brought home clothes, he would be like, what are you doing? But hey, it worked out, Dad. It worked out. So that was a huge change in my life. I kept consistent with it. I post about 3 to 4 drops a month, and yeah, it's been going really well. I'm really excited. I already have stuff planned for this year, so yeah, that's something I really love, and it brings me joy and happiness, and that it's not really a resolution anymore, it's just part of my life, and so I'm really happy that it turned out that way. So number 2, send someone a nice message every day. So I know I wrote this because I used to do that in college. I would text someone in my sorority, in my fraternity, a friend, just like a nice little pick me up every day. But I realized, one, with my work schedule, I would, for most of the year before I got my new job, I'd be working until 7 p.m. and then like I would immediately have plans, or I would immediately have dinner with my family, or I would be working on a project. And so like I wouldn't really have time to sit there and have a conversation with someone. And also I don't really have enough friends to be texting a new person every day without them being like, why do you keep texting me random nice messages once every 3 weeks? Like, I appreciate it, but what are you doing? You know? So I kind of did it sporadically. So I didn't fulfill this goal completely, but I did make sure I texted people, I reached out to people I didn't speak to in a while, so I am happy about that. Post consistently on YouTube 3 times a month. Yeah, that didn't happen. It actually did. Okay, that just sounded like I completely dropped that goal. I'm actually really excited about this. I was very consistent with my blog and my YouTube up until summer. Now, I kind of expected that to happen. So the first half of the year, I was single, I had all this time on my hands, I was posting, I was video editing, everything was great. But then two things happened. One, summer happened, and the thing about summer is I like to be outside, and it was getting to the point where I would have to pick spending time outdoors or staying inside and editing a video. And this isn't a job of mine. It's just a hobby. I like to keep tabs on myself. I want this to be here to look back on when I'm older. So I did ultimately stop making YouTube videos because I was like, I'm not going to sacrifice memories that I could be making. So basically, it was just too much in summer and I stopped. And that's okay. The second thing, I did get a boyfriend, and again, like I said at the beginning of the video, your priorities change, your life evolves. So, like, I'm not gonna say, hey, babe, like, I can't see you for 3 nights in a row this week because I need to edit a YouTube video. Like, that's just not how you build a relationship. So, you know, priorities changed. But I'm not mad at myself. You know, summer relationships, all good, positive things. So that's okay. And right under that was write a weekly blog. So basically, same thing as the YouTube videos. I was good, I'm consistent, I know I can do it, but again, my priorities and life changed. Next is read 6 books. I read 3, so I'm actually really proud of myself for that. It wasn't the whole 6 books, but it's more than I read last year and the year before and the year before that, so that's really good. I read Carrie Underwood's Find Your Path book, I believe that's what it's called, and I read, it's right here, The Sen. It's called The Sen, and it was basically like a travel memory journal about a writer who lived in Paris, and she basically made a love letter to the Seine, the river that runs through Paris, and it spoke about everything from the origin, like the physical origin of the Seine, like what it was used for back in the old days, what it's used for now, just so much about the river, and it really made me want to go to Paris and take a trip on every large river in Europe. So maybe one day. But so those are 2 of the books I read, and I do hope to read books in 2022. I have some still to read. But yeah, I read 3 out of 6 books, and that's pretty good in my opinion, considering how busy I am. So, and wear more outfits, wear more outside your comfort zone. It meant like wear more clothes outside my comfort zone. I'm not sure how much I did this. I did it at the beginning of the year for sure. But then, you know, it gets to summer, I'm just going to the beach. I'm in like lounge clothes, like shorts and t-shirts, you know, so it was kind of hard to stick with that. I think I took a lot of pictures in cute outfits, so that not that that was a goal, but I feel like that's kind of what it transformed into. So I did make sure to document some of my cute outfits, so not that that's the same, but I feel like that's kind of up there. So, you know, that was kind of like I fulfilled that maybe like 40-50% of the way, if you can scale it like that. Okay, this one I'll give myself like a 2%. This one was a pretty big fail. So this one says, take your makeup off every night and do your skincare routine every day. Now skincare is not something I was like huge in ever, and I really wanted to start taking care of my skin because, you know, I'm getting older, my collagen is starting to be produced less, you know, gotta take care of my face, gotta keep my young fresh glow going while I can. So I wanted to get into it, but the reality is a lot of New Year's resolutions don't get reached because people make these huge overarching goals, and what experts say is that you need to make them more digestible, bite-sized, so you don't overwhelm yourself. And I think that's kind of what it is here. Not that I was like overwhelmed with doing my skincare, but to go from doing it like never to like every day, that's just like a huge change. So I definitely was a lot better with my skincare than I ever have been, and I'm really proud of myself. So really, I'm just looking to continue doing skincare and just doing it more than I did it last year in this new year. So it was a little bit of a fail, but not really, because I really did wash my face and put, you know, all the good stuff, acids, vitamin C, whatnot that they tell you to use on my face, a decent amount. So that's where I am with that. And last but not least, this was a last minute add-on last year because Dating and dating apps, man. What interesting things those are. I said to be pickier in dating. I wrote that down with no intention of actually finding a boyfriend and someone that I made like a really good connection with, but hey, you never know what life is gonna throw at you or give you. So hey, I'm not complaining. I'm really happy about that, and I think that's what 2021 really was. The other day I posted on Instagram about my New Year's resolutions and how I reached some and didn't completely fulfill others, and I originally said like, here's to 2021, which was full of twists and turns, but I feel like twists and turns is like more of a negative connotation, and really 2021 was full of surprises. I got a new job, and that was a huge surprise because I wasn't looking for one when I originally applied to the current job I have now, and I'm loving it. I'm so thankful to be there. I got a boyfriend. I started door dashing, which was also a surprise because I didn't go into 2021 thinking I was going to start delivering people their food, but hey, that's good too because I make a little bit of extra cash with it. So I really feel like 2021 was full of great surprises, and even though it feels like it went by in a complete blur, I do know that there were some really great and even surprising but still incredible moments shared with amazing people throughout the year, and again, what else could I ever ask for? So this concludes my video to let you and myself know if I hit all of my goals. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Maybe it gave you some inspiration for the new year. But otherwise, it was just fun to record, and I'll have this to look back on when I'm really old and wondering what I was like when I was 25 years old, which is hopefully cool. Alright, well, I don't know what I'll be posting next, probably a thrift haul, because as you know, I love thrifting and I have an issue. But thanks to anyone who stayed along. You can follow my life and learn about me on my blog, sarahwithmanythoughts.com. And of course, I have my Instagram, sarahwithmanythoughts. See you guys soon!